So I'm back with another tip from my therapy group. Well, it wasn't a group therapy, it was a personal therapy. By the way, I'm walking here in the woods with my girls and my dog, and I just thought this is a perfect opportunity to just share with you a little bit as they're collecting leaves and doing fun stuff. So another big tip that I wanted to share with you that I learned in therapy, and that is I've shared this with a lot of people already, and you may take it or leave it as you wish. My second therapist he used to work at the hospital and doing a lot of brain research and stuff like that. So he was very much into how the brain functions and everything like that. And he made a valid point one day. He said, you know that as we go through life and we experience negative things or things happens to us, our brain kind of is trained through all these experiences to pay attention more to the negative. Maybe it's a sort of protecting you. So first pick out what could be the source of harm to you. So there's people like Marisa Peers, for instance. She believes that our brain's function, main function of our brain is to protect us. So anyhow, our brain gets trained to see the negative in life first. And it's kind of throughout your life you collect that experience, and it puts the negative to the forefront. And what you have to do if you want to change that, because then you collected all that and your brain is trained to see all the negative first. So what happens is you start to see your life negative in general. And what he suggested to me is that I retrain my brain to see the positive first. And it is possible, and it's a very simple trick that you can apply, and that's what I want to share with you today. As most habits are created within 21 to 30 days. So if you do this practice, then take that for at least 21 to 30 days. I was doing it for several months because I found it very helpful and inspiring. And so basically it's very simple. You pick up a little notebook and a pen and you put it down by your bedside. And every night before you go to bed, you write down in this little book 3 positive things about your day. One thing about yourself, something that you can say was positive about what you did or didn't do. It's very important that you only write down the positive. Don't write down anything negative in that book. That's called a positive book. So then maybe one thing about how your day went, something positive. And sometimes when life is just so shitty and you just feel like, oh my God, like what else? Those days, I challenge you to still find those 3 things. 3 things about your partnership, about your job, about your day in general, about you. Sometimes it can be something as small as I bought a new type of tea and I tried it and it just tasted amazing. And that feeling of comfort that tea gave you, that's where we want to go. That feeling of comfort, that feeling of being proud of yourself because you did something good or something worked out well. That's the feeling that I want you to get in touch with, and then you write it down what it was. And you do that every day. And if you have 10 things to write down about your day that are positive, then go for it and write down 10 things about your day. But if you can't find anything, I challenge you to find at least 3. And then once a week, pick out a day, maybe it's a Friday or a Sunday for you. I always did that in a therapy. I would come and we would go, I went to therapy once a week, and then we would go and read this book. So I would read for the whole week what I wrote down. And as you make notice of all the positive things that went through the week, every day, you start to train your brain to see it more, to put the positive more into the front, so that your brain automatically concentrates on the positive and not on the negative. So it's a really simple practice, and I've shared it with so many people, but it's quite helpful, and it was very insightful at the end of the week as you're reading, to just go through your week and just realize everything that occurred, and also maybe teaches you to see some of the situation that maybe were negative, like your boss is flipping out at you, but you write down at night, I was able to stay calm and relaxed despite the situation that occurred, or whatever it is. So maybe you just learn also to see the positive in the negative situation. That is also a very good practice. So, positive book. So I suggest, if you feel like you see the negative in your life more than the positive, then get yourself a little book and start writing and have fun with it. And if it helps you, share it with others. I am sending you all lots of love and light, and I'll be back soon. Bye.